Hello, so good to reconnect with you. It's been quite a while that I have not shared a video, and it just felt really inspiring for me to share today and to share about this swelling of love that I've been experiencing in my heart and how it's been medicine for my spirit. So, some of you are aware that 9 weeks ago, I had my first grandson born, and his name is Lyric. And I've been spending a lot of time with Lyric and witnessing this marvel. The other thing that's been beautiful is that my eldest son, Brandon, who turns 32 in August, has returned home after being across country for the last 10 years. So I am really getting this opportunity to be immersed in this love that is I don't know, it's almost like I didn't have the language to even interpret and express. But I'm going to do my best to give you some context. So Lyric, I was with him the other day, and I was seeing Kelton, his father, in him. The same size, the same mannerism and demeanor. The only difference is Lyric has blue eyes instead of brown eyes, and he has more hair than Kelton did when he was a baby. But something has been releasing in me, not just because there's a grandbaby, which is just, babies are amazing, period. But holding Lyric is reawakening the cellular memories in my body of being with my sons, and particularly Kelton, because I see him so clearly in his son. And this love of Lyric, this love of having my eldest son home, has been filling my heart so much in a way that makes me feel less fearful, less stressed, less anxious. What was happening when my eldest son was away is we have energetic psychic cords. And so when we are thinking about somebody, it's like part of our energy is always being delivered to that individual. So we energetically, in shamanism, it's called fragment. We are not consolidating our energy. We are leaking it out. And so once Brandon arrived, it was literally like I could now exhale. And I feel pretty adequate in my ability to be mindful of energy leaks and how I use my energy in a very discerning way. And yet, because he comes from me, he is my son, and I love him and we love each other. And I couldn't physically be seeing him. I was always sending energy towards him. So now he's home, and those cracks, those energy leaks have filled, they've been plugged. And with Lyric, what he is helping me to access is such a feeling of fullness that I didn't have growing up as a child. I came from a very broken, dysfunctional family. And eventually that family did dissolve, and both parents left, and my younger brother and I were fostered. During those times of chaos and dissonance in the house, as it is with most children, we find ways to bring meaning, value to our family. We feel somehow that we are the cause of their fighting or the breaking up. And so we effort so hard to be important. So I've grown up aware that my ability to fully settle into myself and my sense of being enough was very compromised. It was very challenged. And then I grew into an adult that made a profession of helping others. I've been a holistic life coach for over 20 years. I've been a healer for over 30 and a yoga teacher and yoga teacher trainer now for 22 years. Everything I have done has been about making people feel more whole, more integrated, more at home in their own skin, because this was my greatest quest. And an interesting thing that I learned about in shamanism, probably about 15 or 18 years ago, was this concept of living deaths. That as we are alive, we are going to have initiation moments where an aspect of us needs to die off, which is the natural cycle of life, death, rebirth, so that this new version could emerge. And over these last 2+ years, I'm going to say actually 3 years, I have felt myself dying off. I felt that what I had done professionally, who I had become, was no longer fulfilling. I could do it, I could find some pleasure, but I wasn't being fed or nurtured by what I was offering. It had become almost mechanical. And so during the pandemic, as it was with so many of us, much of what I was offering in the world ended in the way that it was being offered. And so it brought me into this particularly dark state. And now, with the coming of spring, but also the coming of the birth of my grandson Lyric, and this returning of Brandon back to our family in the rooted environment that I was born in, my heritage, my lineage, my, familial land, it is this feeling of more of me, more of the parts are filling up inside of me. And Lyric is filling, Brandon is filling the cracks that were created from childhood and that I perpetuated growing up, the cracks of inadequacy, the cracks of not-enoughness, the cracks that had me pushing, efforting, proving my worth, proving that I brought value, that I was needed, so that people wouldn't leave me again. So I have found myself, especially over these last 4 weeks, really softening in my body, noticing that my nervous system is so much calmer. I feel much more relaxed, my breath is easier, my mind is quieter, and I have less interest in putting out videos, writing articles, posting on social media. What I have noticed, though, is that there is this emergence of this different version of me. I'll call it Lana 2.0, who is less about who likes me and who finds me of value, and more about this is what my heart, my spirit feels called to share. And this is a gesture of love. It is an offering, rather than me trying to sell myself and be validated from the outside in. The love that I am marinating in right now with Lyric, with Brandon, with Kelton and his beautiful partner Alexandre, her beautiful family, my family. I just feel like I am loved now, and that all I want to do is share my light. And if anyone is interested in discovering how I've accessed this light, how I have grown this light, then I will help midwife them. But otherwise, there's a lot more contentment. And so my invitation, my encouragement to you is, please do an inventory of whom in your life is tapping your energy out in a way that is costing you greatly. And lovingly find ways to disentangle yourself. Pinch off that energy that is being expended in a way that is not going to offer you a return that is inspiring and genuine. Find environments, spaces, people, experiences that fill your heart, that mend the cracks within you, and that help to knit you back to wholeness. Because it's from this wholeness that those fragmented parts come back in. More of you lands, more of you is home, more of you is complete. And from there, you know that you are enough, regardless of what you do in the world. And rather it becomes about who you just are as a spirit, as a being of love. Let's start this movement together. I'm here to tell you it feels really good, really good. Blessings to you. And if I can be of service in helping you find your way back into that connection with yourself, that sense of feeling like you have meaning from deep inside out that is authentic and genuine, integrated, please do reach out. lanaboyack.com. Blessings, my friends.